Hiya folks, Scott here, review guys. I am glad to be back. I should have come back sooner. I meant to do a video on, my hair is just huge. I should have done a video on, I wanted to do one about Smackdown, because it's a big night, last Friday, the first night with our new people. Then I wanted to do one on Raw last night. I just couldn't though, I just couldn't. Yeah, you know, it was a rainy day here in Review Guy Land. Which just tends to just bring me down. Just bring you down. And so I'm watching Raw, taking my notes as I always do, trying to come up with, think of. And so I turn the channel at commercial break, turn to MTV. Is it True Life? Is that the documentary series? They were profiling these guys that had brain trauma. It was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. These brain trauma guys, their lives are completely screwed up. Their families, my God, it was heartbreaking. So it took my mood, which was already depressed, and just depressed it further. Then I'd go back to Raw and feel a little bit better. And then commercial would come and I'd go back to brain trauma guys. So it was not a, by the time Raw was over, I was not a happy fellow. I couldn't get out of bed, and I didn't think I would get out of bed this morning. And so I'm fine. Just stay away from brain trauma TV shows. Just anything medical. I'm a hypochondriac. I can't watch House. I can't watch any of the medical shows because I start to have the symptoms of whatever the person... That was too much information. I'm sorry. I also went to a house show Saturday night. I will sprinkle some thoughts in as we go along. Smackdown, basically, was, as I said, the night where the new people come in. A few of the old people had matches, their exit matches. Kofi beat Jericho, good move. Cody Rhodes beat John Morrison, which is fine with me. Why? Because I like Cody Rhodes. I feel like, and we saw last night with Ted DiBiase, we saw a bit of a blossoming, whether you like it or not, and whether you think it's there yet or not. And I don't know that I think it's there yet, but I do feel it's a major step up from the Legacy days. I don't think Legacy did DiBiase or Rhodes any favors. So, I'm interested to see what these two young fellas can do now that they're on their own. And I think Cody can go somewhere. And so I'm glad to see him get a win. I'm glad to see him, yeah, he might, I think he needs to turn face. That's our next push. We're going to start a letter writing campaign. Dear Mr. McMahon. Did you read my lips? So, let's see. We saw, Chavo got a nice moment, which was good. Dolph is obviously going to be doing a program with Hornswoggle, which is not a good idea. And if I were Dolph, I would say, Mr. McMahon, I did not want to be a wiggle. I did not want to be a children's entertainer, or else I would have put on a Teletubby suit. So, hopefully that works out for him, but I like Dolph. He's one of my favorites. Now, MVP got to come out and have a nice moment with Punk. Again, good move. Big Show was revealed as kind of this comical heel, not heel, face, #1 contender. I like that. Also a good move. And then, oh, the biggest moment of the night. Edge and Christian have a thing. And I'm thinking, okay, well, see, the audience loves Edge, but I think Edge is turning face, I said to myself. So when Christian calls out Edge, the audience could very well turn on Christian unintentionally, or maybe that's the intention, and they both turn heel together, and then it just seems like, oh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? I'm on a rocking boat. I'm on a rocking boat. Stop it. Stop it. I didn't know what was going to happen, and the audience was still kind of wishy-washy, kind of iffy on the whole thing. But it finally all came around. Edge turned on the audience. I was able to play with these people's emotions. I'm a puppeteer pulling the strings and so forth. So Christian got to be a face. Edge gets to be a heel, and we'll see what happens from there on out. That was Smackdown. You see how I did that? That was a very quick and efficient Smackdown review. So let's talk about Raw. Batista is going to face Miz for in a beat the clock challenge. Well, out comes Miz, fully dressed, and he says that he will not be facing Batista because he has a doctor's note that says doctor's note, and he says that he's going to send in a replacement, Daniel Bryan. Let's talk about Daniel Bryan for 1 minute. I know he's the internet darling. Michael Cole says it, and he's right. But let's talk honestly for a minute. And I like Daniel Bryan, but I have yet not been completely satisfied with what he's done or what they've done with him, you know? I feel like he is, yeah. And I don't know if I am impressionable enough that I need him to be winning or I need him to have the storyline momentum to feel like he's doing well. I don't think I'm one of those people. But I still have just not really been excited and impressed by what I've seen him do. I've seen flashes, but I've not seen a, well, now that guy, that's one to watch. I haven't had that feeling yet. What do you think? I'd love to know. I love reading comments, by the way. Leave me comments. Even if you have nothing to say, just write, I hear you like comments. This is a comment. Post. If you want to. If not, just... So anyway, Daniel Bryan, he says he's going to make Batista tap out. Comes close a couple of times. Doesn't do it. Batista 5:06 is the time to beat. Ted DiBiase and John Morrison. I just mentioned Ted. Out comes Morrison. They have a short match. Morrison does this amazing flip off the top rope. Tell me that wasn't amazing. It's going to make it into a highlight reel. Just watch it. What did you think about that video package of John Morrison they showed? I think that's good news for all of us who were worried. So anyway, Ted walks away. Morrison comes back and says, nah, nah, nah. Nah, nah, nah. Ish no think so. He says, this is not going to be how my debut is going to work. You're going to come back and finish this match. Ted keeps walking away. He says, if you come back and finish this match and I lose, I will be your Virgil. Now this made me nervous because I said, oh great. I was afraid Morrison was going to become the next Evan Bourne. Now I'm afraid he's going to become the next Hornswoggle. And we have months of dumb little comedy routines with Morrison and DiBiase. It made me very upset. So I watched, sick to my stomach. I don't know if I'd yet seen the brain trauma guys or not. I don't know if that affected my viewing of the match, but Morrison pretty much gets pummeled, gets a last-minute pin, just a bang, you know. Wins, though. Ted keeps beating up Morrison. Out comes R-Truth. That's that. Jericho sends out Wade Barrett in his stead for the match. Wade Barrett faces Cena in the Beat the Clock Challenge. Again, basically beats the crap out of Cena until Cena hits an STF at the very last second. Bang! And then he wins, which I thought was a little, you know, okay. Next major thing, Miz and Jericho are plotting to get the Big Show back. They're going to be in cahoots somehow. I think that's an exciting concept. I can't wait to see where that goes because both of these guys are just brimming with bluster. They're brimming with bluster. Kozlov and Regal versus Hart Dynasty. Oh yeah, so I'm guessing Miz and Jericho are gonna be going after the tag team titles to make their way over to Smackdown to try to get Big Show somehow. I did need to say this about the house show that I went to see. Greatest performer that I saw that night, and I've always respected him, but seeing him in person, William Regal. William Regal fought MVP in a match middle of the night, middle of the card, probably fourth match of the night. And it was just wonderful. William Regal, it just has this, he's just wonderful. I sat and watched in awe because I was watching thinking, this is wrestling. This is what professional wrestling is. Not just the stuff that he did in the ring, but the stuff that he did, you know, the taunting the audience and the strutting and it was just wonderful. It was great to see. So God bless you, William Regal. And he lost on Raw. And he lost at the show, which was brilliant. I'll have to talk more about that because I learned some valuable lessons that I think we can all take with us. Finally, the cutting edge. You know, earlier in the night, Edge promised that he was going to bring back controversy in the WWE. Enough of this PG crap. for it to be controversial. And then that was the middle of the show. And then probably moments later, he was watching Impact, and they announced that they're going to be going back to Thursday. So by cutting Edge time, Edge was like, I'll be PG again. We don't really have any reason not to be anymore. Yeah. I feel a little bad for TNA. I got to be honest with you. They tried and it didn't work out, and I don't know. We'll just see. We'll just see what happens. But I'm sure the network was giving them crap. Anyway, Orton comes out, RKO's Wayne Brady, RKO's everybody, I don't know. RKO's the timekeeper and the sound guy and the little kid in the wheelchair in the front. And then he RKO'd the brain trauma guy. No, not really. But that would really have broken my heart. Anyway, so Orton is still a little crazy. Anyway, that's all we've got. That's all I've got for today. So that's it. Yeah, I think things are unfolding nicely, and we'll watch them as they continue to unfold. Yeah, some more stuff on the way. So please stay tuned and adios.